The first principle of success, gentlemen, is for you to have the courage to make up your own mind in a world that wants to make it up for you, that wants to point you in a direction. Society wants to say, hey, go do this. It's popular. You need to have the courage to say, you know what? That's not what I want to do. I want to go down this path. I want to blaze my own trail, but you've got to have the courage, gentlemen, to stick to your guns, to be able to say, you know what? I know what I stand for. I know what I want to achieve in life, and I'm going to go in this direction. In today's video, gents, I've got 11 success principles that every young man needs to hear. So have you ever really answered the question, what do you want out of life? Not what do your parents want, not what do your friends want. What do you truly want out of this one life that you've got? This is a difficult question. I'm not saying you can get an answer right now, but you should sit down. You should think about this with no distractions and actually think, okay, what do I want? What really makes me happy? And not just happiness, but makes you satisfied, something that you're going to be content going after day and doing, and something that's going to give purpose and meaning to your life. Next, you need to determine what is true. A truth, this is something that you just accept, something that you believe without question. The point of this principle is for you to be careful when you're basing a series of actions and decisions off of something that you assume to be a truth that you've actually never questioned. Because it could be that you're building everything on a foundation which is set to fail. All right, gentlemen, so I got to be honest. I stole all the success tips in today's video from Ray Dalio. He's a billionaire. He wrote this amazing book, Principles, Life and Work. You want to go check it out, guys. I'm going to be linking to it down in the description, and it's over at Audible, the paid sponsor of today's video. I absolutely love Audible. I've been a paid member for over a decade. I've got about 550 books probably on my phone. What I love is I can learn and I can continue to educate myself with any device anywhere in the world using Audible. Now, there's a wide range of different types of books out there. If you're looking for bestsellers, they've got you covered. Motivation, mysteries, thrillers, memoirs, and more. Guys, Audible has the largest selection of audiobooks on the planet. And guys, Audible has made it even better with their Audible Originals. So now Audible members, they get to choose 3 titles every month. You get 1 audiobook and 2 Audible Originals that you can't hear anywhere else. And guys, if you're looking to get in shape, Audible also has access to exclusive audio fitness programs. And guys, if you get an audiobook you don't like, you can exchange it. If you decide to cancel your service, you get to keep your audiobooks forever. Guys, I can't recommend Audible enough. I love this service. And to get started, use the link down in the description of today's video. That link is audible.com/RMRS, or you can text RMRS to 500-500. Again, that's go to audible.com/RMRS or text RMRS to 500-500 to get your first audiobook for free with your trial month. The next success principle is you need to be radically open-minded, especially to the fact that you could be wrong. We're oftentimes overconfident in our ability to make the right decision, and it's tough to swallow your pride and to listen to other people. You need to have the courage to let others challenge your decision-making process and even challenge it yourself. Try to poke holes in your own decision-making process so that you can come to the right decision. Now, this next success principle builds off that last one, and that is for you to have radical transparency. And this is where you're open with how you're making the decisions that you are making. You sharing the information, the data, or being very clear, this is based off a hunch, my experience, my opinion. When you can be radically transparent with the information, not only to others, but to yourself, all of a sudden, you're going to be able to go in there and make better decisions, which is going to lead to higher levels of success. The next principle of success, keep your emotions in check. So the biggest threat to good decision making, it's the harmful emotions we naturally feel as human beings when we're put in a tough situation. Anger, fear, frustration, all of these things, when they take a hold of us, all of a sudden our vision narrows. The key point I want to make here is you need to be very careful when you're making an emotionally driven decision. Try to take a step back, breathe, get a better picture, and if possible, bring in other people and be transparent with the information you have so that you can come to a better decision. The next success principle, become a hyperrealist. A hyperrealist looks around at the world and they understand what the situation is. They accept reality for what it is. The problem is that most people are living in la la land. You need to have a plan. You need to be able to go out there and see, okay, this is the world as it is. It's not fair, it's tough, and it's something that's going to be painful. There's also people out there that want to help you. There are people out there that want to see you succeed, that will support you if you ask for them and if you put in the work. The next success principle, prioritize. You can have anything you want in this life, but you can't have everything. What does that mean? It means if you laser focus and you know exactly what you want to go after, you're going to give up a lot of things. You may spend 20 years going after that. You gave up a lot of time, and you've got to realize that there are only so many things that you can go out there and get in your life before you run out of time. But you want to make sure you're going after and you prioritize what is truly important to you. Now, gentlemen, if you're enjoying this video, click on that like button. And if you're new to Real Men, Real Style, subscribe, become part of our community. And if you've been around a while, but are you getting the updates, guys, click on that notification icon. So when these videos come out, you are going to be part of the notification squad. The next success principle, understand that people are wired very, very differently than you are, because we look at the world from our own point of view and we assume that other people are like us, that they think like us, that they make logical decisions like us. Believe me, when you get married or you're in a relationship, you're going to find out half of the world's population thinks very, very differently. But it goes beyond that, because most guys actually have they got different values. They've got different truths that they accept. When you accept that reality, all of a sudden, you're able to put the right people in the right positions. You're able to partner with people who have strengths where you have a weakness, and this is a great thing. So use this to your advantage, that we are different, and don't hold that against people, that they just believe a different way than you do. The next success principle, gentlemen, is to accept that pain is part of the process. If you've ever been to the gym, you know it there, and this applies to other parts in your life. So if you want to learn something new, like a new language, you want to learn a new skill, it's going to be tough. You're going to fail. You're going to go through the suck period, but this is learning, gentlemen. This is growing. And when you go through it, guys, this is when you're going to start to succeed. The next success principle is you need to have a process. You need to have a step-by-step path that you consistently apply, that you can measure, and that even on the tough days, the days that you don't want to go through the process, it's there for you. You don't have to think, you put your head down and you get it done. Now, Ray Dalio had a process. His was step 1, have a clear goal. Step 2, identify and don't tolerate problems. Step 3, diagnose problems to get to their root causes. Step 4, design a plan. Step 5, push through to completion. Now, gents, that process may not work for you, then find one that does. I know for me, it was simply waking up at 5 a.m. You want to know how to do that? Check out this video right here, how to wake up at 5 a.m. When I wake up at 5 a.m., I have time to think, I have time to have coffee, spend time with my wife, actually process and get ready for the day. Guys, I've got it right here in this video. I will link to it down in the description. Now, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, you really should go listen to the audiobook. It's amazing. I'm linking to it down in the description. Use that link. Get the audiobook for free when you sign up over at Audible. Again, that's audible.com/RMRS, or text RMRS to 500 to get a free audiobook with your first trial month. And in case you guys are wondering some of the Audible originals I'm listening to, I've got this new one, Folsom Untold. It's about basically Johnny Cash going into Folsom Prison. I've got this other one about siblings without rivalry. Basically, want to make sure my kids don't fight as much. I've got Aliens Out of the Shadow, a little bit fiction there, but I like that. I love the Alien series and just great movies, but the audiobooks are pretty good too. Having fun. Guys, a lot of options over at Audible. Again, I'm linking to them down in the description.